Carrying items while spin jumping. Ooh, this one's gonna be rough.
Shout out to you, the viewer. Good luck with the assessments, and don't forget to have fun.
Thank you for the 100 bits. This is Undertale music. I forget what it's called, but it's Undertale. Someone can tell you. This all teaches you how to spin jump while carrying an item. To do this, throw the item in the air and spin jump into it while airborne. No, if you must keep holding X or you'll drop the item. So you can't spin jump while holding an item. So the only way to do it is if you run into the item when you're in a spin jump state. However, you can do it off springboards, so they're the only exception. You can also jump, then drop the item and spin jump into it. Okay, or you can do that. So I actually don't see this in hacks at all. This is more like a Mario Maker thing, honestly. So yeah, remember they don't that oh my god. Remember that items don't interact with you for 17-18 frames. Hi, Skittle. So that's why you gotta do it like the peak of your jump. Because you can see if I try to do like this, oh my god, I am so bad. But I'm trying to demonstrate. Whatever, don't worry about it. So anyways, we're gonna move on. Just remember not to do it too early or too late because you won't interact with the springboard. You can't wait to see Moon 2S in the credits. Oh, they're not in the credits. Oh, sorry, I speedran that. So you can also just run into the item. If you want to be really speedy, you can just do that. You have to see Summer in the credits though. This also applies to slopes. So you can do any method with slopes. You can throw it up, then get in the slope. You can drop it, then get in the slope. You can place the slope down. So it doesn't matter what you do. Yo, Harper, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub animal. No, you will kill sprites if you are falling downwards when you run into them. So yeah, it's important to know. So if you're trying to do like a spin jump into a shell and you're already falling downwards, you're gonna kill it. So again, if your speed is 1 or greater, or -1 or greater, or less, then you're gonna kill it. Some very important concept to know. Congratulations! Juggling items. Alright. This level is gonna kick a lot of people's butts, I'll tell you right now. This is gonna delete a lot of people. But I'll try my best to explain how to become a juggling god. This all teaches you how to juggle items while spin jumping. Sometimes the enemy you spin jump off of will or can collide with the enemy you're carrying. So this tells you that you need to juggle. To avoid this, throw the item upwards before bouncing off the enemy. So what I like to do is, as I'm falling down, to juggle catch the enemy here. Well, I guess more like I'm at the peak of my jump. I think when I'm at the peak of my jump is usually when I throw it. It's like peak of the jump or about to fall down. It's a little after the peak. So no, items move slower horizontally when thrown upwards, so it helps to throw them when you're at max running speed. So that's what I do. So you can see, right? If I'm not moving when I throw it, the shell won't move either. So if I'm moving fast, the shell moves kind of fast, but still slow. So again, for this part, I throw the shell up when I am at about to fall down. So falling down, about to fall down, I throw it again. I also let go of jump a bit as I fall down, so I land on the spinies a little faster. But it doesn't matter, you can also just hold jump the entire time. But again, the key is the peak of the jump, a little after the peak. You just don't want to do it too early, because if you do it too early, I guess I'll move on to the next room. If you do it too early, you have a greater chance of catching the shell when you're falling down, thus killing it. So like here, right? If I throw it too early, see how I'm already falling down at that point. So it's better later than earlier, in my opinion. You can see I'm like pretty much throwing the shell a little late. So this one is a little rough, because for this one you have to slow down, because you want to slow down so that the shell doesn't go anywhere. So you have to do some left rights, kind of. The other thing was when you throw it later, it gives you more time to like adjust, because adjusting is important when you do this. You want to adjust so that you know that the shell is going to not land on top of the clouds. Oh, I messed up there. Generally, I like to bounce off the whatever twice. You can see I do 1, then 2. So I generally like to do 2 bounces before I catch the shell, or whatever I'm catching. So you can hear, right? I slow down right there, and then I speed back up so that the shell passes the clouds. So that's just an example where you might need to slow down. But the key again is to throw it when you're about the peak, if not after the peak of your jump. Oh, that was bad. If you're catching hands. So these are different. These I throw right before I actually land on the ropes. One thing to mention is if you fall off the rope, you just grabbed it too high, which can happen. It's kind of stupid that it happens, but yeah, if you just like fall off the rope, you just grabbed it too high. So for these ones, I do it right before I land on the rope. So again, well, peak of the jump. The key is the peak. The key is the peak. Should be a teacher. I mean, thought about it. Alright, peak of the jump. Is there something up there? Why don't you go and find out? Vine mechanics. Alright, so you have to learn a little about vines. So I'll teach you about vine mechanics. Hold up or down to climb, to grab or climb the vine. That's pretty cool. Do not hold up or down when jumping off a vine, else you will re-grab it. No, you cannot spin jump off a vine. See, if you are holding up or down, see, this is what happens. Alright, you try to jump off a vine, and you're like, nope, I'm just gonna re-grab it. And this happens way too much for me. You can probably tell I complain about it a lot when I do like speedruns. Climbing nets act the same as vines, however you can only move diagonally and punch on climbing nets. So yeah, I mean punching, I don't know. But yeah, you can move diagonally, you can't move diagonally in vines, which I actually did not know. So if you want to jump off a vine, aw, you didn't see that door. I just spoiled it. So, alright, sometimes you need to gain height like this. What I like to do is tap up and then just let my left hand just be gone, right? Left hand's gone, and I press jump. All you need is one tap on the up button to jump. So that's what I like to do to climb. Or jump off. Jump off, sometimes my up button gets pressed when I hold right, so what I like to do is I press B then jump. As long as you press B for 1 frame, you can just hold whatever and you won't climb. You can only carry items if you catch an item while climbing up the vine. You can juggle items from one vine to another. You can drop or throw an item off of a vine by letting go fly. So one thing I forgot to mention is you can keep climbing with the item. So in situations where you don't really need to be fast, you can just chill. See, right now we're just chilling. We're just chilling. One tip is, if you do want to catch something on a vine, make sure you're close to 0 speed when you are approaching the vine. So what you like to do is like pull back. So if I'm going to right, I start holding left and then throw up. So you can see I'm reliably catching the shell, or the P-switch. Although sometimes it might not work. So. When vines spawn upwards, they will always overwrite the first block above it. They will continue up through passable blocks until they are stopped by a solid block, even if it is off screen. So this is just telling you the fundamentals behind the Skytree levels. So you can see there's a muncher on this block. Let's just to show you this invisible coin block. So you can see there's a muncher here, and when I hit the vine block, it's gone. The coin's gone too because it's a passable sprite. You can go through it, but it stops at the turn block because it's not passable. But now it is passable, you see? I can go through it. So once it's in like an impassable state, that is when it gets overwritten with a vine. And that's why you want to wait for it to overwrite this block too, because you can activate the block if you go too early, which happens sometimes. Congratulations, we did it. Assessment number 3, boys. So with here we teach about carry items while spin jumping, juggling items, vine mechanics, all previous concepts. So this is going to delete a lot of people as well. But again, juggling is a hard concept, but juggling is becoming more popular in hacks. So you're gonna see it often and it'll be there. So it's important to know about it. But if you can master juggling, you can master pretty much any Kaizo trick because it is one of the hardest mechanics to understand. Do you ever juggle multiple items in this hack? Nope. I did not make you do double juggling like you do in U-Break. Can you believe it? There's juggling in Quickie World? Oh, I didn't actually know that. Oh, I actually forgot what to do. But no, there's no multiple item juggling. So again, peak of the jump. That's the one tip I have to give for juggling. The one tip you should remember is you throw it at the peak of your jump, or around the timing for that. And then for ropes, you want to throw it right before you grab it. Whoops. No, that was a little risky. I almost messed that up. Yeah, peak of the jump, man. If you do it at the peak of the jump, it's pretty free. Lucky for you, there's only 2 rooms because juggling's hard.